What's going on? It is your girl, Miss Kris. We are behind the scenes at Yoyo's video shoot. We are celebrating 30 years of hip hop. And this is your first independent project that you have done for 30 years.
I know it is, and it feels amazing. You know, it feels amazing to actually have betted on myself.
Yes, and that's the key, right? Betting on yourself. Right?
Betting on myself, you know, putting it all in. And I mean...
All money in?
All money in. I mean, yeah, all money in. Independently moving units. I told him top that, drop top, rims all.
Oh. Spin it. Where we at, Yo-Yo?
We have my independent moving music. Yes. Independently doing music. Drop top, rims.
Loving hip hop.
Young and up and coming talent. Loving Hip Hop Hollywood season 6. The new video, Out of Control,
coming
this
out
year
soon. Has
actually been out of control.
Now, the School of Hip Hop is something that you have focused on a lot on Loving Hip Hop. Yes. This is something that is really big in your life. How did that all come about?
Well, the Yoyo School of Hip Hop. Parents were calling me up saying, Yo-Yo, how can I get my kid into, can I get my kids into a program that make beats? How can I get my kids into a lyric program? There was nothing out there, so of course I created it.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And you really started the women empowerment movement. I mean, you had a group that was kind of titled with
IBWC, IBW with my crew. And
now tell everybody what that stands for.
It stands for Intelligent Black Women's Coalition. In high school, I was a peer counselor, and I heard about everyone's problems. And once I became famous right out of high school, I talked to my manager. I said, how can we continue this? She said, create a coalition, which I knew nothing about what a coalition was, and researched it. We came up with the name, the Intelligent Black Women's Coalition, and we titled it Black Women's because, you know, the community I came out of lacked confidence. I mean, the darker your skin was, you were being judged, and so it just fit right in.
And Yo-Yo, you're an LA native, you're from Compton.
Yes.
Talk about all of the amazing people that have come out of Compton. You're one of them, and then there's so many more.
You know what? The best thing about being a native Californian is I am from South Central, I'm from Compton, I'm from Inglewood, I'm from Watts, from Long Beach. You know, so many people have come from California. I'm cosmopolitan when it comes from it.
Right.
When you are born and raised here, you have pretty much touched every part of it. So many great people have come from California.
True.
And I think it's different because California lacks a lot of culture.
Yeah.
You know, our culture stems to is based on where you're from, what dynamic of place you come from. But I think, you know, and that's held us back a lot. I like to represent us all, you know. Yeah.
Right. One of the things that you mentioned was when you became famous.
Yes.
Now, I saw an interview that you did that said that, you know, when you became famous, you sort of started being fake. You wanted to, like, I only go to this restaurant, I only go in this car, and I feel like that's kind of an LA thing. A lot of people in LA get to that point where they're like, oh, I'm doing this and I feel like I have this status. Talk about you know, humility in this industry, how important it is to keep that, because you could be high on top one day and then maybe on the bottom the next.
You know, there's a saying that when you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
I think because I didn't know better. I didn't know how to be famous. I didn't know what Hollywood was. I didn't know what people expected of me. I didn't even know what to expect of myself. I think when I knew how to behave, I changed. A lot of people, it's a contradiction of their character.
Right.
They know better, yet they don't want to do better. You know, so it continues. And I think that's what sets me aside from other people. I'm not afraid to be myself. I'm not afraid to say, hey, listen, this is what I thought it was, but this is what it really is.
Do you feel like that's a big problem for women in the industry to be themselves?
Oh, my God. Men, this is a man's world.
Yeah.
It really is, you know, because the perception of women is, you know, they want us face down, ass up.
Right. And they want one thing, right? So with Nicki Minaj now retiring and...
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
that's news to me.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I wish I could. Good for you, girl. You must have made a lot of money because I cannot retire. I'm 30 years in.
With Nicki Minaj retiring and so many girls who are coming up, you know, I feel like we're in a women's time.
Yes.
And you sort of pioneered that.
Yes.
So what advice do you have for those women that are looking up to you?
Well, first off, you know, men don't make you.
Okay.
You make yourself. And I know that a lot of women feel like they have to come from a clique. I came from the lynch mob. A lot of these artists come from certain cliques. You know, live within your truth. I mean, find out who you are. Don't sell yourself for success.
Wise words, yeah.
That type of success doesn't last long. You want to be able to write a book about your life. You want to, and you don't want it to be something that you live with regret. Remember, you know, people don't just talk, they tell.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you have integrity, that you respect yourself. You know, perform, get out and perform. Studio rappers don't really make it that far. People love an entertainer. Entertainers last longer than performers in the studio. What else? If you want you to come to the studio at 3 in the morning, it's not just for a beat.
That's good advice. I think a lot of people need to take note of that.
It's for a beat.
Right. For the other kind of beat.
Beat. Thanks to Fountain Media, you can pick up the new single soon.
Perfect. And where can we find you? Where can we follow you?
Hey, I'm at Yoyo Fearless on all social platforms.
There it is.
Breaking up, making up's cool. Too late to be playing with you. No, I'd rather be laying with you. But these last couple texts was rude, dude. Yep, we're on set for the Out of Control video. It's your girl Yoyo. Thank you to LA10 Media. You a fuck boy and I got the proof. You too loose, so I'm cutting you loose. It's my crime.